And I guess the first thing is just to bring up our viewers up to speed. Why don't you just kind of tell our audience what your experience of Janice was back when we first met her, in your impressions?
Well, when we first, I mean, as you said on the news broadcast, I mean, Janice was, you know, kind of an acquaintance of ours. I mean, you know, you could even consider a friend or, you know.
Yeah, she was a friendly acquaintance.
Yeah, a business acquaintance. We met her obviously through Credit Adjustment Bureau, which was the company she was a manager, I guess.
That's
before.
right.
And when we came in, I mean, she was very nice. I mean, I guess she was only kind of in charge of dealing with new clients as they came in. And I mean, for the most part, she took care of us pretty well.
Yeah.
And I even remember when Credit Adjustment Bureau was going out of business, she came to us and wanted to make sure we were kind of taken care of. And then she kind of carried us from there to her, to Cobra.
That's right.
And so, I mean, so as far as that went, she really kind of bought herself some goodwill with us. I mean,
I thought so.
Exactly. I mean, we had no reason really not to go with her. I mean, she had shown some good faith. She had kind of taken care of our accounts. We kind of felt like she was kind of handling them. And so we said, well, yeah, I mean, if this business is going, you know, is going to be closing up, I mean, we still have accounts that need to be collected. We really had no reason, so we just kind of allowed her to, we stayed clients of hers over to Cobra.
Yeah, exactly. Do you remember, like, early on, I was pretty excited about getting a collection agency, you know, and not writing off our debt, whatever money we were going to get. Remember that time?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we're going to get some of this money back. Even if it was a small amount, it's more than we had before.
Right.
And how did Janice strike to you, though? Did you feel that she was very knowledgeable, very confident, or what was your impressions of her?
I think she was. I mean, I think from... And we've seen the list of accounts that she's came out with, so she's obviously is very good at getting business, you know. But I think she's probably pretty good at collecting. I mean,
yeah, she's still collecting to this day. I mean, she's still collecting even after all this. So she's darn good at that job.
Right. So you know, I wouldn't say that Janice doesn't know what she's doing. I mean, I think she knows her business. I think she knows how to find people. She knows how to collect. I mean, so as far as, you know, my impression in the beginning, so obviously all that came out in the beginning. My impression was that, I mean, I was very confident she could collect on these. I mean, and she did in the beginning, just like Ken Parker said. In the beginning, there were checks that came in, and then you had to start calling, and then it got longer, and then, you know, things like that. But in the beginning, I mean, she was, she had my confidence in that, you know.
Exactly. Now, if you recall, she really wanted our endorsement in the beginning, where she was throwing those doors open. If you remember that time I was offering to do her website.
Right.
We kind of went there and visited with her and during the grand opening and things like that.
She had South 106 over.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Bear O'Brien was out there,
right,
and they had the truck and the whole thing out there. So, and she did Business Break, WTVM. Of course, now they're the people that are reporting on this. Yeah, they're probably a little not too happy that they were part of launching her her business. So yeah, that was. I just wanted to give a little bit of a primer. You know, your interaction with them. Would it be safe to say that you really have no axe to grind with her? I mean,
no, not really. I mean, I was a customer of hers. I mean, I mean, if you look on the list, I mean, I'm one of those accounts, but you know, I didn't have any axe to grind, like you say, as far as in the beginning. We gave her account, she collected, and we did get some checks, but I mean, I've got the same max that everybody else has right now.
Right. You know, and that's the thing I want to get clear with this video here is that, you know, there's a lot of people upset and up in arms and emotional, and it's this hit TV and the website's getting hit and all that, but you know, and so, you know, she's trying to paint this picture that people are just out to get her. But, you know, that's not where it started.
No.
Everyone liked her.
Right.
Everyone respected her.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's probably even what bought her as much time as she has
now. Oh, absolutely. Because, you know, I think people inherently don't like to fight with other people, especially other businesses that are supposedly working with you.
Right. I mean, because when you have you know, the relationship between Cobra or Janice and her customers, it's almost like, you know, you're kind of on the same team. I mean, you want to kind of
exactly.
I mean, she's kind of collecting, you know, money that you wouldn't have had anyway, and then obviously they get a fee, and everybody understands that they get their fee for collecting.
They deserve their cut for collecting.
Yeah, no one was ever trying to beat, you know, or no one. I don't think no one could say, well, you know, you don't deserve the money that is, you know, deservedly yours, you know, when you do your job. And that's one thing that I found so unfortunate is that, you know, looking at the list of accounts, it's obvious that, you know, Janice was very good at getting business. I mean, and there's, you know, one thing that's unfortunate is that, and Columbus is kind of a small town, but Yes. It would have been, in my opinion, you know, so much easier. She had so many good accounts and so many people. I mean, she would have just. I mean, she would have had more business than she could even know what to do with.
That's true.
She could have made it. I mean, a fine living.
If she could have done things right.
Exactly, just done things right. And I mean, in my opinion, she would have made more money, a lot easier, a lot less stressful. You know, so that part of it to me is just unfortunate.
Right. I want to ask you, what did you think when things came out about her bankruptcies in Chapter 7 and the you know, her being in prison? How did you feel about that?
I was quite shocked about that. I mean, I guess because you just don't think about it, you know, because when you know someone,
right.
You know, and you know they're running a business, and especially you're a customer of theirs, and then you know things start coming out of the closet. I mean, everybody has a past.
Exactly.
But when you find so many different last names, and you know, and the bankruptcies and things
there's
like
a
that.
pattern.
There's a pattern, yeah, right. And that that changes your mind real quick about, well, you know, I was wrong about that person.
Exactly.
Or they fooled me, or whatever.
You know, and you know, as you know, over the years, you know, certainly you've worked with me, and I'm not always the sharpest guy in the room. I mean, I do what I can, but I mean, I've made my share of mistakes.
Sure.
And I think part of it is how you handle mistakes is really determines how the outcome. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even with that past, it doesn't mean that no one can change, or it doesn't mean, you know, just even with all the bankruptcies or all the whatever,
it would have been forgiven.
Yeah, exactly.
If she had not walked down this
path.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we would, if she would have, you know, just ran an upstanding business like she easily could have done. Even if that stuff would have came out, we would have just been like, well, from all the times that we've known, from the day since we've known Janice, she's been nothing but a good, you know, business person or whatever, and it would have been forgiven. We wouldn't have crucified anybody for that past. Yeah.